What's up, everybody? It's the Digital World Podcast. And I want to talk about this article. And like I'm going to say right now, I don't care what side of the fence you are on. There are larger issues at play here. Okay, so let's see. New York is considering employing the National Guard and out of state medical workers, and not just out of state, but possibly um, other licensed workers in other countries based on what I understand, and so it's bringing in multiple people and the National Guard, or military members that have some, or National Guard members that have some uh, medical experience. And it says out of state medical workers as it braces for staffing shortages, with thousands of healthcare workers possibly losing their jobs for not meeting a Monday deadline for the mandated inoculation. Now, what I wanted to discuss is this: the fact that they're willing to get, not just other, military members or National Guard members or out of state workers or workers from other countries to come in. It's the fact that they're willing to replace its own residents in that country, in that state, with other people, and they're disregarding them at all, like if they didn't matter. And it makes me wonder, well, how far can this go? And I understand the other side of, okay, we need workers to come and attend at these hospitals, but at the end of the day, folks, it seems to me, based on all the information out there, that this is not something about health. There's more to it. And I've been harping on the fact that, there's a lot of other, economic factors at play right now that's being caused from this whole thing. And we're going to come to a time where the no free lunch type of scenario, where you're going to have to pay for the consequences of everything that's happening, in terms of you can't just keep on continuing these policies, because something's got to give. And I think here, my another concern is, you start involving the National Guard, you start involving the military to come help out because due to shortages, you start introducing military forces into, the public spaces, and you slowly but surely start having martial law. Now you might say, "Oh, you're just talking out of your mind. You don't know what you're saying." Folks, I mean, more than ever, we're seeing help from the military, from the National Guard, for situations. And before you know it, it's going to be a police state. You Right now, you may not see it, and you may not agree with this, but at some point, because of all the shortages, you're going to see an influx of these National Guard members and military members come in and help. And when that happens, you're giving the state more and more power. And then it's no longer a government for the people, it's the people for the government. And it just reverses roles. And that's a scenario where you have to keep in mind. And the reason I bring up these topics is because you don't hear the other side of the narrative if you're watching, the mainstream news. You don't. And I want to bring up these subjects to make you think. I'm just presenting the information for you, but you got to do the thinking for yourself. And I'm telling you, we become a police state. If you look at Australia and what's happening there, I am positive none of you would like to see that. And like I've been saying, we're at a crossroads. We're at a crossroads, a critical time. And if we don't uh, evaluate everything thoroughly, we're going to end up in a state where we won't be happy with how things turned out. So, I hope this episode has brought you some value. Like and subscribe, comment below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Do you think it's a good idea to have the National Guard and military members come and make up for the shortages in the public domain? Let me know your comments in the section below. This is the Digital World Podcast, and I'll see you in the next episode.